Quick reminder to get your 4 free stocks with Webull when you deposit $100 via the link down below. Deposit $100, you get at least $21 totally for free. Link down below for Webull next to the link for life insurance. Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Here are a few quick Monday updates on stimulus, including updates from Donald Trump and updates on unemployment. First, Congress is now begging Donald Trump to sign the $600 stimulus package and pick the $2,000 stimulus package up later, if at all. That's not the Trump update. We've still got the big Trump update coming, but stay tuned for that in just a moment. I want to quickly show you what the bipartisan group of senators and representatives who were instrumental in getting us the $900 billion stimulus package and the $600 tiny checks. I want to show you what they just released. They just released a statement, and here it is on screen now. So this is the statement from the bipartisan group, and this here says, today the following folks, which is a bipartisan group, say, Mr. President, we are asking you to please sign the emergency relief bill, aka they're begging. This act will show your support for the American people who are in need of emergency lifelines, like food, shelter, and unemployment benefits, and small business relief during these challenging times. And hey, this is very true. However, if your objection to the COVID-19 relief bill will prevent you from signing, please veto it immediately. You've made your position clear, and rejecting it quickly will allow those in favor to act before it's too late, aka a veto override before Trump's pocket veto comes into effect where Trump doesn't have to sign and the bill basically dies. This is interesting that Congress is basically begging for a veto so they can override him. Now, Trump isn't dumb. He knows that if he vetoes it, there's a chance Congress overrides it and Trump loses his power. I don't think Trump's going to go for that. And we just got a big tease about what Trump might be doing. But let's finish this letter. I'll remove myself for a second here. Never before in your personal, professional, or political life have you been characterized as a man of inaction. Now is not the time to sit by idly. Please do the right thing and sign or veto this bill immediately. Basically what they're saying is, hey, yo, SHI, you know what, or get off the pot, okay? Like, do something, don't do nothing. They're really calling on Trump's character. Hey man, you're not a guy who sits around and does nothing. Why don't you do something? You know, just pick a side. Very interesting strategy here, because they're basically calling Trump out by saying, hey, if you don't do anything, man, like, we thought you were different. Like, you were just going to sit around and do nothing? That's not the Trump we know. Very interesting reverse psychology there. Because rather than going, Trump, you need to do this, otherwise, you know, rather than like threatening, they're using reverse psychology on him. Ooh, it makes my eyes tear because it's so beautiful. The psychology, I love it. This is the kind of stuff I do in real estate negotiations and that I teach in my real estate investing course. Now, Joe Manchin basically echoes the same thing on Twitter. He just takes pieces of the statement and echoes it. Joe Manchin has obviously been a big sort of figurehead for this bipartisan proposal here. But right now, you know, literally everything hangs in Trump's hands right now, which is fascinating because Congress can't pass a new bill because Trump could just pocket veto a new bill too. And if Trump does nothing, well, then this one automatically gets pocket vetoed. So really what we're waiting on is McConnell and Trump to do something. But so far, it seems like McConnell could potentially be just as clueless, or McConnell is purposefully being dark because he's in on the grand plan. How interesting would that be? And what would possibly make me say that maybe McConnell is in on the grand plan? Well, this is why you subscribe to the channel, because you get really fast information as it comes out, and you get my perspective along with it for what it's worth. Take a look at this tweet set that just came out from Donald Trump. Here, look at that. Good news on COVID relief bill, information to follow. 12 minutes ago. Interesting. Okay. This was followed by, or came right after tweets from Trump saying, see you in Washington, D.C. on the 6th. Don't miss it. Information to follow. So we're waiting on information for that as well. And on behalf of 2 great senators, we are going to be in Georgia doing a rally on January 4th. Very interesting. Okay, so what does this mean? Like, why would Donald Trump say good news on COVID relief bill? Well, we got to unpackage this. So this could mean a few things. One, it could mean he's going to sign. He'll have a signing ceremony and yay, we signed the $600 tiny checks. I don't know about that though, because he's really derided this bill. Like, he's called it a disgrace. I don't see how it's good news in the opinion of Donald Trump because it's not $2,000. It's certainly not $2,000 plus $2,000 for dependents. It certainly doesn't give Donald Trump any NDAA changes like on Section 230. And basically, he'd be signing a disgrace. Those are his words, right? He said that. So to me, I don't think he would say good news to doing that because of how much he's bagged on this, right? But maybe, who knows? Maybe he got convinced, which would be really incredible. I guess we'll just leave it at that. The second option, it could mean that Donald Trump and McConnell have a deal to offer Democrats before the Democrats and the House go to vote tomorrow. Now, I bet this deal or amendment is going to come with some strings attached. Hey, here's our 6-page bill amendment or whatever. These are the changes we want. And if you're good with that, McConnell's on board, the Senate's on board, Trump's on board, Democrats. It's all on you now. They're going to pin this back on Democrats is my take. Now, this is uncertain, though, because reporters and congressmen and women think Trump hasn't talked much with McConnell, although maybe Lindsey Graham has been talking to McConnell for Trump. Maybe Lindsey Graham is Trump's new negotiator instead of Steve Mnuchin. Now, I doubt we're going to see an entirely new bill. There's no way they would have gotten that through. But I think an amendment here would be much more appropriate. And it wouldn't be a surprise to me if that's what we're going to see. So I'm leaning towards that. Now, waiting, isn't good news either. So I don't think Trump's going to come out and say, I'll get back to you in a week. So I think we're really down to these two options here. And remember that the $2,000 stimulus checks that Congress plans to vote on tomorrow only happen if the main COVID bill passes. Look at the actual text here. So this is the text on screen here. The amendments made by the subsection are contingent upon the enactment of the COVID relief package, basically everything together. So this $2,000, the $2,000 amendment put forth by Democrats, it's contingent upon the rest of the bill. So it's not like we're only voting on the $2,000 stimulus checks tomorrow. We're voting on the $2,000 stimulus checks as an amendment to the main bill. So this makes me think that Trump is ready to announce an amendment with McConnell, which could come as soon as tonight or potentially tomorrow morning. Now, this is good news. Again, if it comes before the House vote tomorrow, it gives us more time to actually have the House respond to this before a shutdown, the government shutdown coming up. That's good news. So maybe we'll get some sort of amendment that says $2,000 stimulus checks, NDAA changes, extend the government shutdown, basically everything Democrats want to do on Monday in a Republican amendment. We'll see. Now, on unemployment, I quickly want to mention this. Earlier, I suggested that because Donald Trump did not sign the $600 tiny check bill by the unemployment deadline last night, workers have lost $300 as there is no retroactive payment for unemployment. This could actually depend. See, technically, unemployment benefits are paid at the end of the week, which would mean January 2nd, which means maybe if states get their act together and this bill ends up getting signed tonight or tomorrow, people would still get their 11 weeks of $300. That depends, though, because it depends on how quickly the states can enter into an agreement, because the way the text of the bill is written is once an agreement is made between the state and the federal government, that's when the time frame starts, but no matter what, it ends March 14th. So bottom line, it's a little bit more complicated to say that $300 is lost for sure yet or not, but the clock is definitely ticking. Shout out, by the way, to the Unemployment Lawyer. I'm going to link their YouTube channel down below. Thank you so much for suggesting some of this insight to me regarding, hey, we're not entirely sure yet. Is that $300 going to expire? I also corresponded to this with some more insights from Business Insider, who also had a few interviews on this same topic and sort of the question mark around this. All right, there we go. That's what we've got so far. Get your life insurance, get your free stocks, and folks, buckle up. This is going to be entertaining.